and welcome to our series of tutorials on the Go Math series. Today we are going to be working on teaching students, parents, and maybe even teachers how to allow student access onto the Think Central website. Before we get started with our tutorial, I just wanted to remind everyone about the help page of the how-to instructions for the Go Math website, how to log on, what your username and password would be as a student, what the Think Central website is going to look like and how you should log in, and then also a sample of the student home screen. You may refer to that document at any time for some help. Once you are able to log on to the Think Central website, as shown in our opening video, you're going to want to enter your state. You're going to want to select Cannon-McMillan as your school district, and then depending on what elementary you attend, you would want to select that. And then also you're going to need to enter in your username and password that was provided to you by your teacher. This is just a sample student account, but as you may or may not know, every student has his or her own user account through Think Central. Once you get logged on, you're going to see that the student dashboard has three different options for you. We have things to do, and this is where you'll have access to all of your assignments, anything scheduled to you by your teacher, when that assignment's due, and then how you, the status of your assignment, whether you've completed it yet or not, your library, and then your scores. We're going to go ahead and start out with the My Library. This is where you and your child can find any of the resources that the teacher posted for them to be able to view. So here, as you can see, is where you're going to find your Go Math Student Edition books. This is the Student Edition book is the colored book that your child uses in class to go through the different lessons, and the Standards Practice book is normally what teachers use for extra practice or homework. So if you click on either one of those, you're going to be able to actually open up the book as if you actually had it with you. And so for example, if you were on chapter 2 and you wanted to see what your child's lesson looked like for that day or what was to come, let's say they were on lesson 5, you could actually go ahead and punch in whatever the page number was, and that actual page would come up along with all of the features. A lot of students and parents find this useful for reteaching purposes, and also if you forgot a book at home or forgot a worksheet back at school and vice versa, you can use that to help you out. The Destination Math, the Mega Math, the animated math models, and the iTools are all features that you can use in order to practice certain concepts. So many of the features that you'll frequently be using will be on this page. I did also want to point out that the math concept readers are a wonderful resource to bring some literature into math, and some of the teachers will actually be assigning some of these interactive tools, and sometimes students like to use it just for some extra practice. If I click here, you'll see this sidebar here has all of the features that the student dashboard page had on its home page. So if I click on things to do, this is where you're going to find any assignments that you need to complete for your teacher. So you can see here, it gives you the date. You can see if you do or do not have an assignment, who it's from, what the subject is in, and when the due date is. You can take a look perhaps at past assignments as well. And all you'll need to do in order to start this assignment when you're ready is click on it. And as you can see here, it will bring up some information about the test or assignment that you're about to complete. So for example, this exam has 24 questions, and it goes through some instructions for you for how to take your test. When you're ready, all you have to do is press Start Test, and you can see here that you can pause the test. When you're finished, you click to score the test, and you just go ahead and select your answers and click along. Once you've finished your assignment, it will actually go away from the things to do and it will score for you, and your results will be in the My Scores category. So as you can see here, I had completed a practice test, or this student had completed a practice test. They finished it on July 16th, 2014, and you can actually see the score here. It was a 92%. If I wanted to know a little bit more detail about my test, I can click on it and I can actually go ahead and go through all the results of my test. I can see which questions I got correct or incorrect, how many points they were worth, what type of question it was, and I can actually expand all to go through and take a look at what I chose and what the correct answer was. If I just wanted to take a look down here at the one that was missed, I can just look at individual questions as well. You can see that this student chose letter C and the correct answer was D. Up at the top of your page, you will see where you can actually log out when you're finished, or if you're having trouble finding something and need some assistance, you can always click on the Help tab and it will take you through kind of what I'm doing and show you the home page and how to move about the website, different things you can do, and maybe something that I forgot to go over or you need to see more in depth. It's all here for you, and you can actually print those out if you need to. When you're all finished, I recommend that you always log out. And as mentioned before, if you clicked on the Remember My School, all of this information will stay there with you, and you will just have to continue to enter your username and password each time you log in, either at school or at home. We hope this tutorial video was very helpful for you to get your feet wet with using the Think Central website as a student. We hope you enjoy.